Hey yo, it's me, it's your girl. You already know what's up, real deal. What's up? You know it's about y'all. Morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever it is in your country. I hope you be safe out there. Just be safe out there, okay? Now I want to get into a topic that can be misunderstood. It can be helpful. Uh, and what we're going to do, I brought up a topic, real deal, that I think that needs to be kind of a little bit exposed a little more to our community. In order to get our community together, we got to get our family together. Okay. In order to get your family together, you have to, you know, work on how to improve family. Okay. Because all families are different. Yeah. Everyone surround us. Why did I choose this content for the real deal today? Because somebody wanted me to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it. I always thought that family, it got to be some improvement in it because our family is breaking apart, it's falling apart right in front of our eyes, mentally, emotionally, socially. Did I say physical? Well, physical, mentally, and emotionally, and socially. That's what's going on with our family. We're gonna need our families now, y'all. In our today's and time that we're going through, it's coming back. It's coming back. And I know you see it you say a real deal is going somewhere with this. Yes, I see that. On the way to get this, on the way to get what's together, what's going on in society, you need a community. You got to have your community on the same base. You have to have family uh, functions of families. It depends on how your community is. Okay, there's so much going on in the news. Not just in the news, in global. It's too much. And there are positive things out there, y'all. There are positive. You just don't hear about the positive, okay? But don't let nobody fool you. There are positive communities out there, but they just don't be announced. Y'all remember all the ones before? It was like everything was like positive, positive, and they never talk about the negative. Now they talking about the negative, and now y'all want them to stop talking about the dark side of stuff. But see, you got the light side of stuff, and you got the dark side of stuff. So everything changes, people. Things happen. So now let me get into family relationship, because I see too much going on when you talk about family. Family is one of our basic unit of society, okay? And we got to talk about it. In order to get our society together, we got to get family together. We got to get family. Just because this family over here doing good, don't mean that they ain't went through hard times and they can't help you because they still trying to stay on the feet. So right now we're dealing with the pandemic. The pandemic is still out here. When they say pandemic, they one line. Y'all hear me? Okay. So let's get into our content. The title is Family Relationships, Ways to Improve Family Relationships. We got to improve family relationships. When you talk about family, you talk about a basic unit of society. Okay? You talk about a basic unit of society. Two or more people joined by blood, marriage, adoption, or a desire to support one another. See, y'all, we can do it if we as family work together. Okay? We can do it if we can change the things that can, so the family can cope together. Now, let me tell you something. Family give people a place to belong. Your family is a part of a community. I just mentioned it, a state and a country. And y'all didn't even know that. And this family is the one that controls your society, your community, and your country, your family. Family, we're gonna talk about that. Ooh, we got to get into it today, y'all. Ways to cope with family relationships. All families are not the same. Okay, let's talk. When you talk about family, you're talking about values, beliefs, and expectations. So you got to be on the same page when you're talking about family. It can't just weigh one way. It can't weigh, the values can't weigh in one way. You got to balance it. Family has to balance some things to work right for all families. Okay? Families can be large, they can be small. And people within the families may have a number of different relationships, y'all. Some different types of families. We're gonna talk about the different types. Did y'all know? Let me ask you something. Did you know there was different types of families? Did you ever know that there were different types of families? Did y'all know that there was different types of family? Why is family important for us when you see a lot going on in the society now? Because, wait, first of all, let's talk about the different types of families. Okay? Let's talk about the different types of families. So we didn't know it were different types of families, did we? Oh, yes, it is. You got a couple consists of two adults living together. That's a family. A couple consists of two adults living together. That's a family. You got a nuclear family, consists of husband and wife and their child or children. Nuclear family. Ask yourself, what kind of family today, when I finish giving you some kind of knowledge of what's going on in this world and what we need to do as families, then y'all go understand what I'm talking about. Okay? A nuclear, so we said we got a couple family, which consists of two adults living together. That's a couple. Right now, you and your wife, you and your significant other, you and your woman, whoever, man, whatever, family, y'all consist, it's a couple. It's a couple. And a nuclear family. We say a nuclear, we say a couple family, a nuclear family. And the nuclear family consists of your husband and wife and their child or children. Most family now are nuclear family, allegedly, because everybody's family do. The third family we're going to talk about is the blended family. I see a blended family come up and get their kids every day from the school. So a blended family consists of one step parent. Y'all remember Letitia's Tosh, who they're allegedly saying that she underlied her stepson? Okay. That's a blended family consists of one step parent, one parent. Now, Ganny father is the parent, one parent, and one or more children. So when you think about Letitia Tosh and Lori Daybell's Doomsday Mom, when you think about Kanika Jenkins, you are talking about a family. Well, when you talk about Letitia and when you talk about Lori, you're talking about one of them is the stepmom. The ladies are the stepmom. No, in Lori case, Chad was the stepfather, and the kids didn't like it. And on Letitia's side, Letitia is the stepmom, and Ganny's father is the one parent. And on Lori's side, Lori is the parent, and Chad was the stepfather. Okay, and they had kids. Okay? So when you talk about a blended family, just think about being the step parent, okay? And the one parent, okay? It's the step parent, one parent, and one or more children. So I have not finished, but I have given you 3 types of families so far, okay? One type, we said a couple family. Second type, we said nuclear family, which is mostly what's going on now. And we talk about blended family. Now, the fourth family we're going to talk about is the single parent family. Consists of one parent and one or more children. This is what we kind of dealing with in society now. We are dealing with a single parent family, which consists of one parent during the hard time of pandemic. We can't get on track because things changed when we was in the house. People lost jobs. Bills got behind. Then they give you a situation where they supposed to be helping you, and then they help, and it seem like help, look like they help mess you up. Then they came out with loans. This is what affected the single parents. So, thus far, we have named 4 families. We said a couple family, which consists of 2 adults living together. We said 2, a nuclear family. Family consists of a husband and a wife and their child or children. 3, we spoke on blended family, consists of one step parent, one step parent, one parent, and one or more children. And now then we also name a single parent. A single parent family consists of one parent and one or more children. And the last family that I want to get into is the extended family. Okay? The extended family consists of parents, children, and other family members such as grandparents and living together. So now I see that couple come up there all the time. I think it's so cute. So I just gave y'all 5. There are 5 types of families. I gave you all the extended family, which consists of the parents, children, and other family members such as grandparents living together. I gave you the single parent family, consists of one parent and one or more children. And I gave you blended family, which consists of one step parent, one parent, and one or more children. I gave you the nuclear family, consists of husband, wife, their child, or children. And I gave you my last type of family, a couple family, consists of two adults living together. Those are your 5 families that has been affected or not affected to what's going on in society. Which family are you? Ask yourself right now, say, which family am I? Am I a couple family, a nuclear family, a blended family, a single parent family, or an extended family? Which one of those families are you? You have to sit down, you have to ask yourself that. How has families affect families? How has families have affected family members? That's questions that y'all need to ask. Okay. Now we just learned, we just found out today that what's going on in our society now, it has a lot to do with what's going on across the globe. There's a lot going down. There's a lot going on that affect your family. Okay? Let's talk about, so now that we know that the 5 families is a couple family, a nuclear family, a blended family, a single parent family, and an extended family, which family are you? Right now, with your family, your immediate family, which family are you a part of? I know this topic may be boring to you, but y'all got to remember, this is what's going on. Your family member out there inside society doing things that they don't normally do. Because you hear the parents saying, oh, I don't know who that person was out there doing that. I don't know who that person was. Family is very important to you, y'all. Family is very important to you, with everybody beneficiary with family. You know what I mean? Not just one person y'all want to depend on to do everything. It got to take everybody within the family to make a family. So they won't go out here in this society and affect what's going on out here. Now we're going to talk about, now that we know 5 families, ask yourself, which family are you? Are you a couple, nuclear, blended family, single parent family, or you are extended family? It's going to be important for us now, y'all, in this society, the way it's going on, because we're going to need what? Each other. We're going to need each other in this society out here. Because we are fighting against, right now, we are battling against crisis, mental crisis, okay? Where we going to get our next meal from? How we going to pay the light bill? Kids need washing powder. I mean, it's so much small things going on in the world until families can't even help families. So let's talk about how families help their members. Let's talk about how families can help their members. Let's talk about it. Because you got a lot of family that'll use you too. You got a lot of family that'll help you too. So let's talk about how family helps their members. A family also take care of mental needs of your family right now. Takes care of your physical needs, providing food, water, shelter for their family members. Now, the important part of that, if the family can't afford to do it, you can't get upset. A family also take care of mental needs. It teaches the members life skills, answer questions, and help expand knowledge. A family take care of emotional needs, including love, trust, and security. And most of all, with a family, they nurtures. They nurture. That means they fulfill physical, mental, and emotional and social needs. Your family needs you. Your immediately family that you living with now needs you. Now, can you, within your family, go to your other group of family and try to run what they got going on in their house? No, but you can be there for them mentally, physically, and emotionally. Now, as what we don't understand is we all have to grow, y'all. We all have to grow. We all have to grow up. Your little 19-year-old have to grow up. Your 18-year-old have to grow up. Your 15-year-old has to grow up. Your 20-year-old has to grow up. Your 30-year-old has to grow up. You have to grow up. Your family helps you develop values and beliefs. Values and beliefs. That's why your family member is on a good track, because your values and your beliefs show them which direction to go in. But then you got a lot of families out there in the streets is battling with values and beliefs. What good for your family may not be good for my family. Look at Scrappy and his baby mama. They just supposed to be getting married. They supposed to be getting married. What's the problem? What's the problem, Scrappy? Families are lack of nurture. Family is lack of nurture right now. Because why I say that? Because physical, mental, and emotional and social needs are needed now. Remember, as you grow up, your family helps you develop values and beliefs. Your values and beliefs influence what? The decision you make, even as an adult. You can't be afraid of that, y'all. Values are and beliefs is very important now in everyday society. Your values and beliefs influence what? The decision you make, even as an adult. They can influence the type of activities you participate in, the food you eat, and the type of health care you choose. Health care is very important. You're going to need that doctor. Don't send me no doctor. You're going to need a doctor. Your values and beliefs can even help you choose not to participate in risky behavior. We're going to talk about risky behavior. Hey, your values and beliefs can even help you choose not to participate in healthy, risky behavior. Value and belief. What's going on out here in this world now, society, y'all? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Your values and beliefs can even help you choose not to participate in risky behavior, such as using tobacco, alcohol, or drugs. Y'all didn't know that. What are three kinds of needs that family meets, y'all? I just told y'all. Providing food, water, shelter for their family. And what's important, y'all, in mental health? You can call your family member and ask them for a little advice. They also love, trust, and security. But mental and emotional health, mental, emotional, and social needs is very important for every family out here in today's society. Because that's what kind of time we on, y'all. They put y'all on that kind of time for some reason. Okay? Your values and beliefs can even help you choose not to participate. We're going to talk about risky behaviors. That's right. So we just named over three kinds of needs that family meets. Okay? Now, what I want to talk about now is something very important. How might spending time with extended family members strengthen a team mental, emotional health? When you're looking at the news, what is it? Always children. Because why? Sometimes it could be a problem where we're not spending enough time with them. Mentally and emotionally. But before we get to that, I want to talk about how family members care for each other. I have to. Before I get to, well, you know what? Since I got it up there, I'm going to do that one, okay? I'm going to talk about how Mike spending time with extended family members strengthen a team's mental and emotional health. I'll talk about that now. And then I come back and talk about how family members care for each other. Hold up, y'all. Each other. Okay. Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay. And why is it important to talk about what we're talking about? You know why it's important? Because this is what we're dealing with now. This is what we're dealing with. Pay attention to what's going on out here in the society, in this world. It's the people. Who is the people? You. Who is you? Your family. Okay, let's talk about how family members care for each other. What mental needs do family meet? How family members care for. No. I said I'm going to come into that. No, we're going to talk about hold didn't finish with this. Hold up, y'all. I didn't finish with this. I gotta talk about this. I can't ignore this. Because this is what I came here for. Ways to cope with family relationships. Positive ways to cope with changes in the family. And what's the other one? How I might spend time. Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about positive ways to cope with changes in the family. What are some serious changes that can affect families? What are some serious changes affecting your family right now? What are some serious changes? What are some serious changes that can affect your family? Okay, number one, it can be a change. You got to realize, family, you're going to have changes. There are going to have to be changes, y'all. Things don't change in your relationship, in your family. We're going to stay positive, though. We're going to give you some positive ways to cope with the changes, okay? Change is what we're going through now in this society. Everything we cover, everything we see out here in the street is change. Okay, so what we're going to say change, and then we're going to put the positive ways to cope with changes. Now, right now, in your family, somebody moving to a new home. They moving into a new home. But listen, positive ways to cope with that is, before the move, look at a map. Now, listen, y'all. I tell people this all the time before they move now. My son was talking about moving to another house from their house where he's living at. And I said, but why would you take your family away from a neighborhood that can watch her and put her in the woods where can't nobody see her and your child? So he kept saying something. I let it go. I can only put the information out there, and I'd give you the driver's seat. Okay. There are going to be changes in your family, but we're going to give y'all some positive ways to cope with changes. Okay. When you're moving to a new home, listen now. I know you like that big old house and it's spaced out like that by itself. Listen. Moving to a new home, before the move, look at a map. Look at a map now of your neighborhood, of your new neighborhood. Look at a map of your new neighborhood. Find your new house, your school, if you got kids, and nearby parks. Look at the parks. You know, like the park, take it to the park. When in a new neighborhood, try to meet other what? Teens. Don't act stuck up. Introduce yourself. Don't tell them too much. Never tell nobody too much. You can meet people, don't tell them too much. So that's positive ways to cope with changes. If you move into a new home, before the move, look at a map of your new neighborhood. Look at that neighborhood. And you know what I do, y'all, before I make me a move? I go at night in the summertime to see how that neighborhood coped at night. Because I like to take naps. Okay? All right. So we said, moving to a new home, you want to make sure you before the move, you want to look at that map of your new neighborhood. Find your new house. Find the school for the kids. And find a nearby park so you can take them to the park and let them run around and get tired. And when in a new neighborhood, try to meet other teens. Now, next change we're going to talk about is one of the biggest changes that we got going on now. that we got people having divorces. They decide they want a divorce, separation. They probably say we still love each other, but we don't even get no divorce. Separation, remarriage of parents. A lot of parents getting remarried. This summer, I know a family, they get remarried. Okay? So the change for separation, divorce, somebody going through a separation, a divorce, or remarriage of parents, okay? Tell both, now here go the positive way to cope with that. You need to tell both parents you love them. Talk to them. Or to another trusted adult how you feel about this divorce, separation, and remarriage of the parents. You have the positive ways to do this. Tell both parents you love them. I know my mom and daddy had to get a divorce. Your mom and your mother and father get a divorce. Tell both of them. You can tell both of them that you love them. You don't have to stop loving them. Talk to them. Talk to your both parents, okay? Or to another trusted adult. So you can take it to your talk to your teacher, that pastor, big brother, big sister, about how you feel about that divorce your mama had, your separation your dad and mama had, and the remarriage, should they remarry? Okay, a separation or divorce is not your fault. When you see your parents getting a separation and a divorce, it's not your fault. So stop. It's don't blame it. Don't do that. It's not your fault. They separated and divorced. It wasn't because you. Another change that's going on, what we see around the world right now, job change, job loss. There are many families out here in this world lost their businesses, they lost their job, and they had to make a change. So the positive way to cope with that is, if the family needs to limit its spending for a while, ask how you can help. Y'all didn't hear me. If the family needs to limit spending for a while, ask how can you help. Ask your parent, how can you help? There's a lot of people lost their jobs, y'all, during the pandemic. Their money changed. They lost jobs. But what they slick and did it back to the people, they gave them loans, PPP loan, where you pay part of it back. But you got to pay part of it back. How you gonna cope with it? Okay. So job change or job loss. If the family needs to limit some spending, I had to limit some spending. It was hard on me at first with the pandemic. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard. I'm a single parent. It got hard because what I was expecting didn't happen. My job, at first they didn't pay us, then all of a sudden they paid us. Okay, and it put you back on your bills, didn't it? Okay, here we go. So we said that the changes when you lost your job, the families had to limit spending. Next change that can happen in your family is one change is birth or adoption of a new sibling. Your daddy and your mama don't win that. Had a little brother on you, or leader, a little sister, and I'm not the baby anymore. How can I cope with that? Okay, now let's talk about it. That's a change in society. Okay, so we go talk about that. Birth and adoptions of a new sibling. What a positive way to cope with that. Spend time with your new sibling. Ask your parents how you can help. Imagine what your relationship might be like in the future. So that's a change. A new baby in the house. A new baby. An adoption came through. And the positive way to cope with that is to ask your parent, how can you help? Y'all, it's very important because this is what we living with in society right now. Coping with the positive. We got to cope with the positive. We can't let negative energy keep taking a toll of us. Okay, let's think positive ways to cope with changes in the family. Because this is what we went through, y'all, during the pandemic. Y'all not understanding what's going on in society. We lost our family. We got to pull our families back together because, see, we're going to need all of us. This time's going to get hard. What we going to do if we don't know how to cook and how to split food so we all can eat? I know you got a lot of food, so what? Your family, you can say, hey, just help out. Make some sandwiches for the kids and give it to the kids if you can. So let's talk about illness or injury. Though this is a change in the families, it's an illness. Look at any family though, but Jamie Foxx, he needs his change. It's a change came with his family, with his illnesses took control of him. It changes something, but I'm gonna give you a positive way to cope for that. Cope with illnesses and injury. Because somebody had to get a knee replacement or a hip replacement, or fell off a motorcycle, or fell off of something, or they had an injury, a hurt sprained ankle or something. It's gonna stop them from doing this and that. So the best way to cope with illnesses or injury is to show that you care about a sick or injured family member. Go show your family that you know, oh man, you all right? Go over there and talk to them. By spending time with him or her, asking can you help? When my dad was living, my dad got sick, y'all. I would get out my bed, take me a shower, and I'd go over there and ask his wife, how can I help her? How can I help my dad? And I just sit there, y'all. I'd sit on the sofa, watch a football game with him. I'd be so sleepy. But the only thing I want to do was spend time with my dad. I just want to sit there. As long that my body was there to support him, to know that I care about him, and that's all I wanted to do. So that's what I did to cope with his illnesses and injuries. Okay, so spend time with your family member. Offer them some help. Okay. And another thing that the last one I'm gonna go through is death, loss, and grief. Y'all got to know how to cope with death, loss, and grief. Why is it important? Hold on. Hey son, I'm on live right now. Can I call you back? I'm out. Can I really? Because I'm talking about families right now, and you just called. That's a good thing. With my grandbaby. It's your bookie. Look at him. Look at him back. Hey, baby. Let him do what he want to do. I will call him right back, okay? Okay. Yeah, my grandbaby out there playing in the pool. I gotta call them right back. Y'all see how family is? I had to cope with that. I was on live and I had to tell my son. I had to call him right back because I was live, but I was hoping that he took it right. You know what I mean? You know. So the last one I was speaking on is death, loss, and grief. In order to deal with changes with death, loss, and grief, I'm gonna give you some positive ways to cope with that. One positive way is accept the ways family members express grief. Now you talk about Miss Teresa Martin. A lot of y'all couldn't even accept the way she accepted her daughter's death. Y'all didn't even look at it positive. It was so much negative images coming from you all. But think about your family member you just lost. Accept the ways family members express their grief. Every family express their griefs differently, people. They're not gonna say, oh, look at her, she not even crying. You don't know what that woman doing behind the scenes. Miss Mark could be crying. You. I don't know how people take grief different, okay? So don't expect their ways of coping to be the same as yours, okay? When you're making changes in the family, and it's a death, a loss, and grief, accept the ways family members express grief. Don't tell nobody how they should grieve. Don't expect their ways to coping to be the same as yours. Okay? Pay extra attention to the younger member of the family. So you don't know how that child is accepting that her little sibling gone. You don't know how that teenager, what's going on with that teenager mind that they took his baby brother, so you didn't even know they were close. You thought they didn't get along. They got along just as well. So people, I just talked about positive ways to cope with the changes in family. That's what we just talked. Now, I want to get to this important right here. This is very important right here. This is what I want to get into right now. This is very important. Wait, hold up, y'all. This is very... Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is important. So what I just finished, I covered. I gave y'all a little knowledge, a little bit of help on changes. Move into a new home, change, separation and divorce, positive changes to cope with move into a new home, separation, divorce, or remarriaging parents. I gave you some positive ways to cope to job change, job loss. I gave you some positive ways to birth, adoption of a new sibling. I gave you some information on illnesses and injuries, some positive ways to cope with that. I also gave you some positive ways to cope with death, loss, and grief. And remember, everybody don't expect their ways of coping to be the same as yours. Remember that. Okay? Now, last but not least, I want to talk about how might spending time with extended family members strengthen mental and emotional health. Right now, y'all, that's what we're going through with these children. we got to talk about that. How am I spending time? We're not spending enough time with our kids, y'all. We got to. We got to. It's so much I want to cover, but I'm not going to cover it all in one day. Oh, shit. I'm going to tell you something. That's what we're going through in society, y'all. How am I spending time with extended family members, strengthen a team's mental and emotional health? We got to spend time with each other. We got to spend time with these kids. Okay? Okay. Did I do this one? I think I did. You know, let me tell you this. Mother and fathers, grandmothers and grandmothers, grandmothers and grandfathers. Spending time with your family is very important. What are you doing to spend time with your family? I wish I could get my son on this thing. I wish he could come to my live and get up here and talk about his family, because I got to get off of here and show his family some love. One way to spending time with your extended family member is take out a little time, sit down, let them read to you, let them go walking with them, take them get some ice cream, do something that you have done unusual, like take them to the park, go play ball with them, go pitch a ball to them, talk to them, ask them what's on his mind. It's always that you take them to the fair. You don't never take them nowhere. You work all the time. It can't be that I work all the time, I'm not able to do this and do that. Y'all got to stop saying it. We got to find time, okay? But what I want to get to my last, because I'm speaking on this because this is what's going on in our society. In our society, it's our family. Our family members care for each other. Wait, I'm going to tell you something. Families can care for each other. I'm going to tell you how. Physical needs, mental needs, emotional needs, and social needs. This is how family members care for each other. Physical needs, you're going to say that family members take care of each other with food, clothing, and shelter. Instead of throwing away all them clothes, you might have a niece or a nephew that can wear the same size shoes and shirt that you wear. Don't give it to the Salvation Army, give it to them. Are you not using something in your house? Give it to them. Family members take care of each other, y'all, with food, clothing, and shelter. Physical needs. Okay, you got mental needs. Okay? How family can care for each other with mental needs. Mental is very important right now in our life, in our time. In a family, adults, children share knowledge, skills, and experience. Hey, them kids be telling some truth about some stuff. Kids, sit down and listen to what come out of child mouth and what they are saying. So you got physical needs, food and clothing and shelter. You talk about mental needs. You talking about the knowledge and the skills and the experience. You talking about emotional needs. This is what family need, y'all, to care for each other. You got the emotional needs. Family members give each other love, acceptance, and support. When you got social needs, family teach their members how to get along with each other and with people outside the family. People, I hope I have strengthened or given you all some information to try to cope with this pandemic that we're going through now. We still going through it. We still going through it. People control society. People control the community. Family control society. Family control communities. It's very important to you. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. This is your girl. Y'all already know Real Deal, how we do over here. We're going to keep it real and we're going to help people, okay? Y'all have a great afternoon, night, evening, wherever it is in your morning, wherever it is in your country. I love y'all. Peace. Work on your family.